Hello, hello. We are going live today with a couple of friends from across the country, agents that are building and scaling. And today we're going to have some exciting conversations about just about some different real estate things that we are seeing in our markets all over the country. So let me in some of these friends. That worked right away.
So there I am, done.
Okay.
Is Kim getting in?
Let's see if we can get Kim in here.
Sorry about the
I,
technical
I
difficulties.
know. I
Oh,
got Kim. I sent Kim an invite, and let's see if we can get her in.
oh, there we go.
There we
And
go.
my groceries are being delivered. I'll be right back.
Oh my God.
3 hour window. 3 hour window, and he's on my porch.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
It's
Okay, well, Mariah, let's you and I get
okay.
started.
Perfect. Well, let's just go ahead and introduce ourselves, kind of the marketplaces that we're in, and then we're just gonna hop right into some hot topics that we have been looking at in our markets and just nationwide. So I'm Mariah Kurla. I'm in the Salt Lake City market and Park City areas and around there. So
And I'm Amy Peterson. I'm in the Phoenix Metro, Arizona area. I'm specifically out in Queen Creek and Gilbert. And Kim clearly didn't mute her phone before she left to get her groceries here. But we talked about coming live because we've had so many people. I don't know, Ryan, how it is for you, asking when's the best time to buy, when's the best time to sell, what's going to happen in 2025, and what's going to happen with interest rates. And while I wish we had a crystal ball, we don't, but we're going to share our thoughts today. So Kim, we'll let you introduce
yes,
yourself over there in that.
what market are you in?
Hi, I'm Kim Buckner, and I have my groceries delivered because I have no time to do anything. I mean, literally, that is totally my luck that I did that 3 hour window, and it was right when we got started. Anyway, Kim Buckner. I am from Lexington, Kentucky. I've been in real estate about 15 years. So I got in 2009 in the fun. We called it the crash, right? But what we're going to talk about today is that really wasn't that bad.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I know. I'm hoping we can just kind of dive right into interest rates, what's happening after the election, buyers, sellers, what are we seeing? What are we anticipating for 2025? And, what does that mean for buyers? What does that mean for sellers? What does that mean for real estate agents that are, either just starting in the business, have been in the business for a while? So let's just hop into it. So,
Okay.
yeah. What are you guys seeing in your markets? What are you anticipating for this upcoming year? Anything you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, I'll jump in. I have, just since the election has been over, and I don't think, I mean, I think if it went either way, there's, some people that felt better one way or the other, but regardless, just having the election over has instilled a higher level of consumer confidence. And I'm having buyers who have been sitting on the sidelines for quite a while, getting ready to jump back in. I have people ready to list their house. Everybody, I mean, last week was a busy week of phone calls for real estate, just, now that the election is over. So I think there's confidence and more excitement back in everyone's step. And I don't know how you guys are feeling about that, but that's what I'm seeing here.
No, I totally agree. I think that it has just been, hi, Kenzie. But no, it's been wild just to see the trends right over the last few years. And we were talking about this earlier, just when we were texting about how I feel like 2020, 2021 market was crazy everywhere. It didn't matter where you live. I mean, we're all obviously in different states all over the place. And so it didn't really matter where you were. You felt that like boom, right? Everybody was buying, everybody was selling, rates were ridiculous, money was free, right? So they were all just
Yeah.
buying up everything. And if you guys want to get into trends about realtors, we can. Or if you want to stick with market in general, that's fine too. You all tell me which way to go. But I have just seen that well, let's just talk consumers. that mindset, I feel like everybody kind of wrapped their brain around that. It was really hard for them to shift when the market did start to shift, right? There was this, oh, we're going to wait till prices go back down.
Yeah.
We're going to wait until rates drop. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. And the only thing I can tell my people is the only thing I can tell you is I can promise you this. I cannot promise you anything about rates or prices or anything, but I can absolutely, Scout's honor, promise you that if you wait, it will cost you money.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Not sometimes. Every single time it will cost you money. I mean, how many times have the three of us even had the conversation? Oh my gosh, I wish I'd bought that property in, 20 years ago. Oh my gosh, I wish I bought, I mean, like, and I was just having this conversation with my son last night. He's getting ready to buy 3 duplexes. And I just literally said to him, I was like, no matter how shaky it may seem or whatever you think, you're never going to be able to get in at this price ever again. Not even a year from now, certainly not 5 years from now. So I just think there's been a lot that's happened over the last few years that's caused, what did I say this morning? Oh, analysis paralysis.
Yes.
Right? The consumer of just being afraid to do anything. Right? I don't want to move because my rate's great. I don't want to buy because I'm afraid. And I think Amy's exactly right. Like, we have seen it. We've heard all the trends. After every single election in the history of all time, the market has had a little boom, right after the election. So I'm really anxious to see what happens with all the little details of that. But I know for sure we are going to have a boom.
But just to piggyback off that, Kim, though, those feelings are legit. I mean, they're valid because we saw a huge spike and a huge drop, at least where we are. And so that's a valid thing, like, especially if you got burned.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and that's where you are, I think, really matters. Like where we are, yes, there was a huge spike and then it just stayed there. We have this little bubble economy here and we're very blessed. I'm not complaining about it at all, but prices here aren't going down.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, I've been seeing here in Salt Lake, I've been seeing a lot of new home construction, a ton of just concessions and being, interest rates, just a lot of incentives with new home construction. I don't know how it is there. And especially toward the end of the year where I feel like it's kind of like, okay, let's clearance out this and then roll the new year. I've just been seeing a lot of great deals with that. But I also have, I've had a couple of listings recently that have just been pretty, we haven't had a lot of showings. We haven't had a lot of buyers. And as soon as the election finished, all of a sudden it was like, oh, we've got showings. We've got, so I do feel like buyers are starting to realize too that things are like, if they want to buy a home, now is going to be as good of time as any. And many people are realizing too, interest rates aren't always going to stay at 6.5 or 6.75 forever. And at some point they might ease and they might reduce a little bit. And so if people want to still get in the game, like Kim's saying, now's as good a time as any.
Yeah.
So speaking to that, what do you guys think will happen if, say, we see in the low 5s again? What do you predict will happen?
I mean, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm hiring help. I've already started. I've started. My daughter runs the social media. She's already hired one person. She's upstairs interviewing her second person right now. We all know what's going to happen. Like, there's no doubt. If you all see what has just happened just since the election, like you're both saying with showings, I mean, can you only imagine all of the people that have been on the fence, the people you haven't even heard from, the people that have been wanting to buy that haven't ever even said a word, but now they're thinking, and I'm telling you, Amy, when those rates hit, I don't care if it's a smidge dot below 6, people are going to run because they're going to be scared to death. Those rates are going to go back up. So they're gonna jump on it. It's gonna be bananas. I know it is. So that's why I say it's going to cost you money because we put in an offer the other day on a house that had 3 other offers. Okay, that sucks, right? To be in a multiple offer situation. And I told them today it's 3. I promise you, 5 months from now, it's going to be 10 or 12.
Well, I don't know about you too, but I already have sellers that are preparing for preparing for spring. And they're already like, okay, what do I need to do to get my house ready for spring?
Yeah.
Or I do have buyers too that are coming in going, I'm not ready yet, but in the spring, I'm ready. So I think inventory is going to be, inventory has been up here. But I think the number of people who are looking to buy, looking to sell, are planning already for spring. I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, it's too early to start preparing. Like, no, it's
No.
not, because I think 2025 is, for sellers, it's going to be good. For buyers, there's going to be a lot more competition. And for real estate agents, if you felt like 2024, and I know we've been talking about this a lot, 2024 was a really rough year for a lot of real estate agents in the market, that it was the lowest, I mean, in 35 years that we've heard that, that it's been really tricky. And I think they said 49% of real estate agents this year sold 0 or 1 homes. So if you're an agent and you're in that category, or if you're not in that category, I think 2025, like, buckle up, get things ready now, because there's going to be a huge surge, and there's going to be a huge opportunity for, I think, everybody in the market, for sure.
Yeah, and those are NAR statistics. That's not like Mariah's magic balls, right? Those are actual NAR statistics. That is real life scenario.
Yeah.
That 2024, if you have survived this year, it's the worst market we've had in real estate in 35 years. So I think that it's really critical to, prepare yourself and understand what that looks like. I also think realtors are really great at beating themselves up, and it's like, you can't do that. But also on the other end of it, for those of us, I mean, I know all 3 of us have talked about the growth that we've had this year, and I think it's been very intentional on all 3 of our parts. It wasn't luck. Things didn't fall out of the sky, right? But I think that if you have survived this year, if you've even maintained, what you did last year, you've taken market share. I mean, well, according to the statistics, if you sold more than 1 home, you've taken market share, right? So please understand, if that's happened to you this year, what it's going to look like next year. You better just get prepared. So I'm telling all my clients, like my coaching people, my realtor clients, is be prepared. Get your systems in line, streamline everything. Otherwise, things are going to be falling through the cracks.
For sure. Sure.
Well, I'm excited about it. I think there's a lot that's going to happen in 2025. I think it's going to be a great time for buyers and sellers, and the ones that have just kind of been waiting over the last at least 12 months to kind of wait and see what's happening. I think there's going to be some good things to come.
See,
in the
Mackenzie
first
just said,
quarter.
oh, I'm so sorry, Amy.
No.
Mackenzie just said, look at what happened to the stock market. And I was like, yes, I finally checked. I hadn't even looked. I don't even think I opened up my account for like 3 months. Anybody else? Is it just me?
No.
No, I'm married to a CPA, so he's constantly looking at that stuff.
Yeah,
So
I was just like this.
I get regular updates. I'm like, no, don't tell me. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, no.
Yeah,
That's so true.
But yeah.
It is so true.
Yeah.
So what are some things that you guys are doing, like as realtors? Like, I love that, Mariah, when you said your sellers are prepping now. And oh my gosh, if you are a consumer that's on here and you're even thinking about selling your house, please call a realtor, like a good realtor. I'm just going to say it. Also, my filter is like, I'm done. Like,
Oh,
and
no.
everybody's like, what? You had a filter? No.
Give us some warning.
I know, right? But no, I won't say bad words this time. But I am saying there's a difference, right? There's a difference. It's no different than a restaurant, right? You go into some restaurants and it's like, it was all right. I'm not hungry anymore, right? And you go to other restaurants and it's just phenomenal and you can't wait to go back. And it's the exact same thing with realtors. So if you aren't, it's one thing to ask for, ask a friend for a referral, or, hey, who do you know that sells real estate? And if they're like, oh, my cousin or my this or my that, whatever. But if they are just raving fans and going nuts about the experience, that's who you call, right? That is the person that you call. So the reason I say that is you want to talk to somebody with some real experience that understands, hey, this is where you need to put your money. This is where you don't need to put your, you'd be amazed at the things people think need to be done to their home to sell it. And that's just not it. So that's so right, Mariah, to tell people to start now. I mean, otherwise it's super stressful to try to get it all done. You're racing the clock.
I agree. And there's little things that sellers can do to get their home ready. And I think some of those things, if they already know, hey, I know I want to list in March. I know I want to, and they want to paint the interior and they want to do some of those projects, do them now. Get
Right.
some of those things started now, so it doesn't feel like it's a fire drill later on.
Yeah.
When you're like, okay, here we come. It's February. I know I'm listing in March. Then you have a moment. And then same thing goes for agents too. If like, if you're thinking, I have a feeling like this is going to be, I'm going to be busy. Get your buyer's guides, get your listing presentation, get your all of your things together now. Get your systems running. What happens when this happens? What happens? And if you're prepared now, it's going to make it so much easier because it's going to be busy.
Mhm.
It's going to be busy, which is great,
And it'll be a great experience. That's the biggest thing. As you guys all know, I'm in a big mess with my backyard. It just made me think when you were talking about realtors. I'm in a big mess with my backyard. I hired the wrong person. It's a very expensive mistake that I have learned, and now I'm sitting still in a dirt pile for Thanksgiving 9 weeks later. But it has just been a testament to me, like, do your due diligence. And it's hard for me to say, I mean, that probably should be a little embarrassing for me to say, I who I do a lot of research. I hired the wrong person,
You
and
got
I
it was a
just
that
referral.
happens.
it was a
You
Amy,
referral,
yeah,
but it
you didn't just
happened
pick this person out of the sky, right?
right,
You asked someone.
right.
Yeah.
Right. And it is, I'm out a lot of money. I'm out a lot of pain and tears. It's a mess. And so I've just thought about it a lot as I will go through every next interview in my life. And I would say that to everyone here, like, this is your largest asset for most people. It's
Mm-hmm.
your largest asset. It is not to be taken lightly. Like, do your research and interview your realtors, know what it's going to look like to work with each other, know exactly the steps and the communication and the follow-up and the feedback that you're going to get. And then as realtors, like, do a good job, do what you say you're going to do.
I mean, that's so nice of you to say that, Amy. Don't even, like, just don't. I don't even bother anymore. I mean, I literally texted a client last night and I was like, the only thing I love more than doing my job is getting to do another realtor's job for them too. It's the best. It's just the best,
Oh,
right? No, you can tell them to do a good job all you want, and they don't. And also, I mean, even when you're talking about referring, if I could tell you, I'm going to say 75% of the deals I've done this year, I've had to work both sides. Didn't get
I've
paid for
been
both
very,
sides.
I have worked with great realtors. So I
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
say
No,
kudos
the
to great,
realtor,
great realtors.
no, my realtor's on the other side. Just, you can't get them to answer the phone. You can't get them to reply to a text. You can't, they'll ghost you for days. It's constant. Did you get my text? Did you get my call? Did you get this? Did you get that? I'm not a babysitter. I don't want to babysit. That's not what I signed up for, whatever. And it's frustrating. So my point is, when you're interviewing, like, people will say interview realtors. No, you don't even know what to ask. You don't even know, right? Go to Google, go to your friends, right? Did you have a great experience? Oh, it was great. Did you have a crappy experience? Yeah, it was crappy, right?
Yeah.
Ask them. You don't even know what to ask. And let me just be super frank, the crappy ones, when they're sitting down on your couch in your living room, are just going to promise the moon. Oh, I'm so over it. I can't even begin to tell you. So over it.
Oh, I
So
mean,
I'm reading some of Mackenzie's. Thank you, Mackenzie. I'm reading some of her comment. Everybody needs a Kim Buckner in their back pocket for sure. And kind of this comes full circle of, like, she had mentioned too, like, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
none of us want to fail this next year. Everybody wants to just be, go into 2025 feeling awesome about things. So do your homework, get some good referrals, and then do what you're saying you're going to do. So I feel like I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for 2025 to see what's going to
I am
come.
too.
And
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I am, like, preparing right now. I've already actually, like, mentally, I'm already like, okay, it's January 1st, game on, like, here we go. So, just doing things right now to get ready for that. So,
100%.
Totally agree.
so
Absolutely. And
It's going to be a fun year.
it is. And realtors out there, listen, if you ever reach out to one of us, if you have any questions, if you just need to
Yeah.
cry, obviously they're the nice ones. If you need somebody to be mean, call me.
if you
But
need the
that's
truth,
real.
ask him.
We talked about this yesterday at one of the events I was at. This is real. Like, if you're not spending a couple of days in your closet crying through the year, probably not doing something right. I mean, and
You're
all of us are going through
100%
it.
right. Yep.
All of us are going through it. It's not rainbows and butterflies for everybody. It is,
No.
there are a lot of ups and downs. And so it's completely normal, agents, if there's struggle moments in your business, completely normal. Reach
Yes.
out, like, and find your community, find your tribe. that is where all of your success will eventually come from. That's what I feel so grateful for is this room. We collaborate, we share, we pick apart each other's businesses, we help each other, we support each other. Find your tribe, find your people, and that will really, really help.
Yes.
Kim, I'm laughing because your daughter texted it. Did you see her
Oh
comment in there?
my gosh, no, there's
She's
no telling
telling
what she
Mackenzie
said.
she'll
Oh,
trade.
I
She
get her.
gets you. I get her 24/7. I'll trade.
Let me tell you something. That girl can say whatever she wants. She is 22 years old. She is running a social media business where she does photographs for realtors. She manages their social media. She does the whole thing. And she's just now hiring her second
She's
person.
doing
Yeah, good. She's
awesome.
I
killing
think
it.
maybe,
Good
yeah,
job,
you can laugh all you like,
Morgan.
kid, right? I think
Awesome.
having Kim Buckner 24/7 has maybe been
It's
some,
beneficial.
it's helped her a little, right?
Yeah.
I'll pay for your therapy. I love you. I'll pay for you to go to therapy. You do what you need to do, kid.
Oh, it's
Oh,
so
well, you
good.
guys are so awesome. I think there's a great new excitement in the air. I think real estate is going to be fun and interesting in
It
2025. And just
is.
like you said, if it is on your agenda, you're even kind of in the very back of your mind that you're going to buy or sell, or you want to start looking for investment properties in 2025, now is the time. It's not too late or not too early to reach out and start prepping for that, for
That's
sure.
it.
It's going to be here. It's just going to be here like that,
Yep.
January 1st.
It's
Yep.
exciting. Let's go. Let's
Yes.
go.
Yep.
Yay. Well, thank you, ladies, for taking the time to meet today. And we will
Yes.
do this again. This was awesome. I always love being on with you guys, and we'll talk to you later.
Love you,
Likewise. Thank
girls.
Okay.
you. See
Thanks.
you guys.
Bye.
Bye.